Hi, welcome to day 5 of our series, There's Power in the Blood. If you've enjoyed the illustrations over the past few days, I just wanted to take a minute at the start of today's video to recommend a book called In His Image, which is by Dr. Paul Brand, and Philip Yancey. It's a great book. These illustrations are just some of the illustrations that are within that book. A fascinating book, incredibly fascinating. I'd highly recommend it, and I'll put a link in the YouTube description. For our last day, I thought I'd share a personal illustration. So a while ago, one of my friends was going through a really hard time in his life, and we've been communicating quite a bit by text message, and I was seeking to encourage him. So as you do, I went to sign off the message at the end simply with the phrase "God bless," as people often do. Now, anyone who's tried to type quickly on an iPhone will know that typos are pretty common, and since the S and the D are next to each other on a English keyboard, when I read the text back before pressing send, I realised that I typed, instead of typing God bless, I typed God bled with 2 Ds. As I moved the cursor to correct my error, I was suddenly struck by the amazing truth of my mistake. You see, the Bible explains that God did bleed. God came to live in human form, and he shared in all of our trials, temptations, our hopes and our fears, only to be betrayed by his friends and suffer a terrible bloody death. God bled. The amazing creator and sustainer of all things bled. It seemed kind of ironic that my silly typo was potentially able to bring more encouragement than what I'd originally intended to write. And it is encouraging, isn't it? We know that whatever we go through in life, that Jesus has already suffered in that same way. He knows what it is to feel our pain, our emotions. But that's not all. He's now risen, and he's able to help us in all of our trials. So I'm going to close our series by reading Hebrews 4:4-16. Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has ascended into heaven, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he did not sin. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need.